Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 2 of my 6 module video course. Now, have you told your moment? Did you go and find your keepsake box? And did you also talk about crossing the threshold? Because if you did, great, you are ready for the next module. So I hope you got comfortable with the formula of telling moments. And if you notice, each moment should have had a beginning, middle, and end, right? So you've got to get tighter and tighter with telling your stories. So now that you know stories, now that you know how to talk about moments, you are probably thinking, oh, I could talk about this, I could talk about this, and all your ideas are kind of everywhere. They're not really centered, they're not really in a funnel, but people are still starting to get to know you. So whatever engagement you have on social media of people showing you all the love for everything that you're talking about because you are authentic about your stories, that should be really motivating you right now. So, we all know motivation and willpower, they drain, their batteries that drain, and you got to recharge them with actions. So let me show you how to start centering your things that you can centering your stories around. And that is how I want to help you find your 5. Now, your 5 are 5 things that identify who you are. 5 things that identify your passions, and it's the things that really cut the fluff out of your life. So take out the product that you're selling, take out the career or title that you have, take out all of that, and just write the things that you are passionate about, the things that make you authentically you. And I will talk about what those 5 things should be and how we're going to organize them into your content. So the first thing that really should identify you as far as your content is your story of transformation. So like, for example, mine would be, I used to sell all these products, whether they were fitness products or beauty products to women. And we would, just blast them all the time with it through content marketing. And I would literally just shove these products down their throats until people would buy them. Like, we would just blast them at you. And, I never felt like I was truly helping women feel empowered and feel like who love themselves, because I was telling them to be more beautiful and be more fit and toned, instead of just saying, I'm awesome and I can do anything I want to do. But no, I had to work for a company and this is what we had to do. So I just said, I don't want to do that anymore. I want to help people find great ideas, because nothing is more satisfying than seeing someone, oh my God, I've got it, and see them get to work on it and then their idea comes to life. That's part of my that is essentially what my transformation was. Now, second thing, talk about your family. I talk about motherhood stories all the time. I have 2 dogs, and they somehow come in the videos whether I want them to or not. And I always, include them. And my kids, because they're teenagers, they don't like being in my vlog because it's not cool enough, right, to them, right? Facebook's not even cool to teenagers. But you get the idea. Like, I always share motherhood stories, or I share stories about the dogs, because, family is important to me. The third thing should be a hobby. Now, dance is my hobby. Dance is what I love to do, and I take hip hop and burlesque dancing classes normally every week. So I share that. And I shared how I was on a dance team and we got to wear our little costumes and I felt 18 again and had butterflies before I went on stage, but it was so much fun. So I'm a dance geek. I've got to just share that. Next thing should be a life skill. Now, whether you had to learn how to be confident, you might be funny, and you want to help others, like learn comedy, or, some kind of skill that you have that's not really, you learned it, but it's not really taught anywhere, something that you're savvy about. And like I said, it still has nothing to do with your product, because you have to teach people things other than how to use your product, right? So think of that skill. So you can teach others how to be more confident. You can teach others how to be more emotionally intelligent. Think of either something you had to overcome that really was just more in your mind, but you can kind of give tips on how to help people overcome it. Maybe it was just having to learn healthy eating and balance, healthy living, or overcoming an eating disorder. I know I was a serial dieter for a while. I don't really talk about it as much because if I didn't want to go back into the health and fitness world. I really want to help people serve other people. And I never felt like that my experience with health and fitness was really doing that. But that could be one thing. But it's a life skill that you have, and maybe it's something that you balance with yourself regularly. But put that as one of your 5. The last one is totally my favorite, and this is probably what is going to bring you the most followers. And I learned this from a top network marketing professional, and she's, you know, a young woman, 25, and she just shared that she is a Disney freak. She is a grown woman, but she loves all things Disney. And right away, you know, that wouldn't resonate with me, but my sister, it resonates with her perfectly. And I thought, oh man, my sister would just love this girl. And what do you think happened? Her social media blew up. It just, all these women still love, you know, they'll wear the Minnie Mouse ears or whatever. You know, for me, my guilty pleasures, I love The Simpsons. I love dirty cartoons, you know, not only Simpsons, but, you know, I like Archer and all these other inappropriate cartoons. They're funny, you know. I like things funny, and I kind of like things the way they handle the jokes. I like all things weird. I always take pictures in Venice. That's why I like living here in Venice, California. And I grew up in Austin. And what do people in Austin still say? Keep Austin weird because it's growing so much. That's one thing that I loved about it that I never really found in any other city until I came to Venice. And even then, it's still not the same. So those are the guilty pleasures. You know, I also talk about, you know, how I love spicy food and tacos. If anyone knows me, I have an obsession for tacos. But that guilty pleasure, that thing that's absolutely dorky that you would never want to admit, guess what? You need to start sharing it, and you will attract your tribe. So you don't have anything to hide anymore, right? And the beauty of this is that companies can't do this. Companies can't, like, they don't have a 5 like this, that unique 5 that's going to pull in all these different people, but you do, right? You are expanding and you don't even know it. So find your 5. That is the first action that I want you to do, is write down those 5 things. Your transformation, something that just shows, like, from investment banker to broadcaster. Something that shows from point A to point B, and that is probably what your threshold crossing was, right? Your family, or if you are a single person, a young single girl, maybe it's your Sex and the City family. Maybe it's your Charlotte, Miranda, and Samantha and Carrie, right? Or your girlfriends. That can be your family. It can be your pets. Whatever it is, your circle of people. I should actually say that more than family, right? But whatever it is, your hobby, whatever you like to do in your spare time that you can share, because you are going to have to share. You have to make people an insider in your life. The life skill, and a guilty pleasure. So now that you have those things, I want you to start creating an editorial calendar. An editorial calendar is such a useful tool because you cannot just wing your content. And if you work for professional companies, I know like I have, your editorial calendar, all your content is locked and loaded 30 days out. Now, that's going to burn you out if you're just starting. Don't plan out 30 days of content, or don't try to produce 30 days of content right away. Start with a week at a time, and then you'll go build 2 weeks and then a month. So now, how do you share all these 5 stories, right? Do I have to share 5 stories a day? No, you don't, okay? Too much. We don't want you to burn out. In fact, we want you to strategically spread out these kind of stories throughout your week. Now, let's put these stories into 3 buckets. First bucket is your how-to. If you're a YouTuber, your how-to videos are going to generate your search. You might not be posting these on Facebook as much. You might tease them a little bit on Instagram, but pretty much these are going to belong on YouTube. So how-to. This might relate with your story transformation because this is kind of the skill that you're promoting. This is also maybe your hobby. So those are the things that would go in your bucket. Now, after that, your second bucket should be a branch outside of your business. So your life skill would go in this bucket, but it relates to your business in some way. So if you are a real estate agent and you just love to travel, use that love of travel and go around your own city and kind of promote your city. So you can draw people in who, like, if someone's moving to LA, I would, take all pictures of all the cool things in LA, and I would show them, show them just a city, or be like a travel bug. If your hobby is, for me, it's writing, I share a lot about the writing process, right? And that is separate from my how to think of ideas or how to do, how to make videos, whatever. That's a separate branch of it. So So like I said, you want to find that other layer of your product, something that would draw people to your product or your service, and then make a separate branch of that, because you've got to do, this is the branch that's going to kind of soft sell people to you. Now, the third one are get to know me. This is your dorky guilty pleasure. This is your hobby and your family, right? So you're going to strategically post little videos like that. The videos will probably be 1 to 3 times a week. You can try to brave more, but you'll burn out. But at least one YouTube video, one high quality how-to YouTube video a week, for sure. That's what you need. Now, whether you want to do the other 2 buckets, like the soft sell branch or the get to know me, if you want to do additional 2 of those every week, that's great, or 1 of those every week, but you got to post at least 1 to 3 times a week. And I got to tell you guys, this is what's great about this business. Your videos can flop, and that's okay. The only way that you can screw up this business is not posting. So post at least 1 to 3 times a week. Now, this isn't going to cover all your content. This is only going to cover the bulk of the content, like the meat of it, right? Your other stuff like documenting, which we'll get into later, is going to cover the rest. So in the next module, I'm going to show you how you can make really tight videos. So keep telling storytelling moments, go out there and find your 5 and make your 3 buckets and plan out at least 1 to 2 weeks. If you want to try and plan out 30 days, great. I'll help you get all that produced in the next video. Bye.